All right, y'all. Today we're going to talk about Larry Ellison. I've actually been meaning to make this video for a while, but I'm kind of glad I waited because of recent events. So Larry Ellison has become one of those shadowy but much talked about figures. He has spent decades cultivating this image of a swashbuckling tech visionary. But his growing political footprint and media ambitions tell a little bit of a different story, one in which immense private wealth is slowly reshaping public life. As co founder of Oracle and one of the richest men on the planet, Ellison has long been a force in Silicon Valley. What changed is the scale and brazenness of his political and media influence, and the degree to which it now intersects with the interests of the Republican Party and the Trump political machine. So Ellison has poured millions into conservative super PACs and GOP causes, positioning himself as one of the most powerful donors in Republican politics. Reporting has repeatedly described him as a close ally of President Donald Trump, someone who moves easily within the administration's orbit and whose political preferences carry weight in policy and campaign circles. His recent relocation, revealed only in 2026 from the Hawaiian island of Lanai to a $173 million Palm Beach estate just miles from Mar-a-Lago, underscores how tightly his personal and political worlds have fused. This isn't philanthropy or civic engagement. It's power deployed strategically and at scale. His influence doesn't stop at campaign finance. Ellison has also begun extending his reach into the media landscape, a sector already strained by consolidation and billionaire capture. Earlier concerns about his pledge of more than $40 billion to help finance his son's bid for Warner Brothers Discovery have since escalated dramatically. New disclosures show that Ellison personally issued a irrevocable $40.4 billion guarantee to support Paramount's hostile takeover attempt, a move that effectively underwrote one of the most aggressive media consolidation plays in modern history. And in February of 2026, Warner Brothers Discovery accepted a $111 billion acquisition from Paramount Skydance, the Ellison-controlled entity, cementing the family's control over a newly dominant entertainment conglomerate. So the implications of this are enormous. Ellison is no longer merely adjacent to media power. He is now positioned at the center of a Hollywood empire with vast influence over film, television, and streaming. Critics warn that such concentrated ownership has real consequences for editorial independence, public trust, and the information ecosystem that underpins democracy. These concerns are amplified by allegations, still unproven, but there are allegations, that outlets linked to Ellison's orbit have shaped or suppressed coverage in ways aligned with his political preference. Now, whether or not those claims hold, the broader pattern is unmistakable. A billionaire using private capital to reshape the media environment in ways that align with his ideological commitments. Meanwhile, Ellison's business empire is undergoing its own transformation. Oracle's aggressive push into AI infrastructure has strained its finances, prompting plans for thousands of job cuts as the company races to build massive data center capacity. Ellison's personal wealth, buoyed by Oracle's AI surge and his Tesla stake, go figure, has soared to unprecedented levels, even as he reiterates his intention to give away 95% of his fortune through privately controlled vehicles like the Ellison Institute of Technology. Right. As with his political and media ventures, his philanthropic posture favors private influence over public accountability. Shocking. As for claims that Ellison supports authoritarian regimes abroad, mainstream reporting still does not substantiate that narrative. The documented story is domestic. A billionaire using his fortune to influence elections, policy, and media infrastructure in ways that align with conservative political goals. If anything, the absence of clear evidence on foreign ties underscores how much of the real action is happening at home in plain sight. The risks are obvious when a single individual can simultaneously bankroll political movements, reshape the media landscape, and leverage corporate power in a sector as consequential as AI. The line between private interest and public discourse blurs. Ellison may not be breaking laws that we know of yet, but he is helping redraw the political boundaries of democratic accountability. The question isn't whether he's committed a crime. It's whether a functioning democracy can afford to let one man's fortune shape so much of its political, technological, and informational landscape.